Hi there everyone, this is Future Riley, not Stream Riley. This video is going to be a little bit different because, as you can tell by the title, this stream was very scuffed. Now I want to give a quick background of the stream. Basically, this was done on my 10-year anniversary. I have a cat who's coming to say hello to me while I do this. He apparently wants to say hi. But basically, this was done on my 10-year anniversary with my wife. She decided during the day to take a nap, and while taking the nap, I went and built the rest of the upcoming museum gauntlet, and I decided that I wanted to just get this done with. I was very anxiety-riddled by this fight. It was my first really big challenge in this game, and since my wife was still asleep, I decided I'm going to do a quick stream, just take care of the museum gauntlet, and then it'd be done. I'd be all done, we'd be all good, and I can go and then just be done. She'll hopefully wake up by then, and we can go celebrate the rest of our day. What ended up happening was, I didn't promote the fight or the stream to anyone, I didn't tell anyone I was doing it, so no one came. Which, you know, was what I wanted. I didn't really care if people came to the stream, but because of that, no one was there to tell me that my mic wasn't working. And I went through the entire museum gauntlet with no audio coming from my microphone. You get the game audio just fine. The game audio worked perfectly, but my microphone was muted and I did not realize it until after the gauntlet was over. So basically, I'm just going to kind of commentate and explain everything that was going on over in this museum. You can see I'm kind of going over my team and deciding what I'm going to bring or putting different Pokemon in different places. But basically, yeah, if you don't know what this gauntlet is, basically the gauntlet has 2 Aqua Grunts, each with 3 Pokemon. You fight one, and then without any healing or changing your team or team order, you have to fight the second one. So the first battle, the opponent has, again, 3 Pokemon that are fairly easy to deal with for the most part. And then you get to the second team, which is a lot more difficult, and the whole point is they've tried to chip your team down with the second team. They try to chip down your team from the first battle to make it easier for the second grunt to win. It is a bit of a pain to deal with, and I was lacking counters to what I think is the scariest Pokemon, being the Mareanie. Mareanie is a pain with Toxic Venoshock and the ability Merciless, and if you do not have a single poison type, then you can be a little trouble. The only way you can really be good with that is if you go and have strong, super effective moves that can kill it quite quickly. Words are hard. Dottler is the only thing that has stab super effective moves, and unfortunately, my Dottler was 9 IV minus special attack nature. Now, what you see right now I just did, you saw I went and poisoned my Surskit, and I then got some damage on it. Surskit was meant to have a very specific HP, so that if it switched in on a Venoshock from Mareanie at any point, it would be in a perfect range where it was a guaranteed shockwave from the Frillish as I went into my Grottle, rather than it having a chance of it being a Hex. But things get a little wonky, as you will see. I also taught my Surskit Hidden Power from this woman right here. Surskit had Hidden Power Ground, so it gave me another pretty strong attack to hit the Mareanie with, because Dottler was so weak. Having a second option there as a backup was good, and my Surskit has a pretty good special attack stat. So yeah, you see Hidden Power Ground, we replaced the Sweet Scent, and yeah, that's kind of the way we're going to help defeat the Mareanie. Everything else though, yeah, it's a pretty standard team for this fight. We have the Tortuga, who is very important in dealing with the Whirlipede. Now, most people also would bring Tortuga to deal with the Murkrow. However, we have this amazing Choodle, as you see on screen, and Choodle is actually our way of taking out the Murkrow, which you'll see in the battle. But yeah, this was a pretty good team for this, but it was the Mareanie that was just scaring me, because while yes, I had some ground moves, and while yes, I had the Stab Psychic from Dottler, I had no Toxic immunities. I do not have things that want to take critical hit Venoshocks with the Poison boost. and I just didn't have anything that could come close to KOing it. I didn't have an electric type because I didn't go and get those encounters. I could have if I wanted to, but I didn't want to have to fight the optional Gavi until I had the next level cap. And yeah, I just didn't get anything that would actually go and help me in this fight I had nothing that would actually help me deal with Marini super effectively, just because I did not get lucky. Now, I'm just going to skip ahead to the battle, so you'll see a cut here, but yeah, let's go and watch the actual battle gauntlet thing happen. Alright, we go up to Captain Stern, let him know he's in danger. Hello, Stern. So yeah, here's the little gauntlet. So these two come in. The first one comes up to you and fights you. And yeah, I put a lot of effort into this. Again, this is by far the most difficult fight that you have at this point if you've never played this game. Nothing really before this was any challenging. This is the first actual challenge you kind of go through here. So yeah, we are going to lead off with Choodle as it leads off with Murkrow. Now, because we cannot be crit here, and we also have the Oran Berry, we guarantee to KO this thing with Ice Fang, and there's nothing it can do to do too much damage for me. So this Ice Fang I'm going to go for. It's going to do a good amount of damage. And hey, if we get the freeze, it's lucky, it's cool. But yeah, the wing attack, you see, does 18 HP. We cannot crit me at all. And so we'll be put into Oran Berry range after this. And that's an easy 2 KO with the Ice Fang. This is all that Choodle really does as Choodle. You don't really see Choodle come to many fights as Choodle. This is the one thing it can do. It can only do it if it's Shell Armor. Because if it's not Shell Armor, this thing could just die to Murkrow. So yeah, kind of not ideal. So we get the Oran Berry, which is really, really good. And this will go and guarantee the Tortuga coming in next. So yeah, we killed the Murkrow. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. And now it goes into the Tortuga. Now, I was so worried about switching in on an Ancient Power here, and the switch was Grottle every time, but if this thing got 2 Ancient Power boosts, we could be a bit in trouble because we wanted Grottle to be super healthy to deal with Frillish afterwards. However, one thing that I did not even realize is that because my Choodle is below 50% health, this Grottle, or this Tortuga sees kills with 2 moves, not just Ancient Power, but it also sees it with the move it's about to go for. Because I'm below half health, it also sees kill with the Brine. And this is amazing. Like, my reaction to this was like, oh, I completely forgot about that, didn't even think about it, and that's so much better, because now this thing has no chance, of getting 2 Ancient Power boosts, and even if it gets 1 Ancient Power boost here after I click Mega Drain, we are just so fine. Like, we can do all the things. It has the Rindo Berry and Solid Rock, so the first Mega Drain doesn't do a ton. But either way, it'll get us back to full health or close to it, and Ancient Power shouldn't do that much because Tortuga itself is not that strong, especially on the special side. So yeah, we just go for the Absorb. I think I said Mega Drain, but I meant Absorb. It's been a while since I did this stream. We were actually quite, past this point. This happened a couple weeks ago now. But yeah, we go for the Absorb, and we get back up to almost full health. And this is the Ancient Power. We're just hoping we don't see a boost. And we don't see a boost. And now we can just go for another Absorb and get back to... It goes for Aqua Jet, because it sees that we have a kill. And Absorb doesn't actually guarantee kill here, but it was better to go for that than to kill with Razor Leaf. But we actually go and get a critical hit, which is so much better because it means we don't take any more Absorb damage, and we come out of this interaction with 55 out of HP, which means we are in prime position to just destroy Frillish in the second battle. This went way better than I expected it to because of that Brine. And yeah, now in comes Skrelp. This is a Toxic Protect Venoshock Skrelp. It's very similar to the Marini that I've already described, except for it doesn't have Merciless. And so our way of dealing with this is our Shellos. Shellos has obviously the Mudshot ground move. It's not obviously Stab yet because Shellos does not have the ground typing until it evolves into Gastrodon. But it still does a good amount of damage to it. It goes for Acid, which I was a bit surprised at. I fully expected this thing to go for Toxic. But it actually does... No, it has Venoshock, but also has Acid, I think. I can't remember. It's been a bit since I've looked at this fight. But it goes for a second acid here, and this time it actually goes and gets the Spadef drop, which is a little worrying. But we go for Mud Shot, and because we go for Mud Shot, we actually now outspeed this thing. It was a speed tie before, I believe, and now we just outspeed. And we actually get a crit, which means it does a ton of damage to this thing. Now, I could have had... Oh, no, I could have had the Soft Sand on this thing to help with that damage, but I just really wanted to have the Pecha Berry in case it went for poison or went for toxic. So even with the Spadef drop that we got, acid does not kill Gastrodon or Shellos. So we just keep going for Mud Shot here. Like I said, we now outspeed. It's no worries at all. And yeah, we go and bring it down quite low where a second one or a third one should kill, and it finally goes for toxic. And again, we have the Pecha Berry, so this is fine. Now, this thing is going to get Black Sludge Recovery again. It'll likely protect again, but we're thinking Mud Shot should kill this thing from where it's at. And if we come out of this whole situation with Shellos not poisoned, this thing can actually be used as a Marini counter, because it's going to want to toxic it first before it goes for Venoshock damage. And we get the crit and we kill it. So we could use this thing now because it's not poisoned. It could be used to deal with the Marini. But yeah, Shellos was really racking up the crits there. Got 2 of them. I was a bit shocked it didn't protect there, but I wasn't complaining. So yeah, we get the pretty easy win here. This went so much better than I expected. Having a Shellos with no poison on it, and yeah, everything was so much better than expected here. Now, second battle starts. We still have to lead with Choodle, and it leads off with the Marini. Now, what I should have done here was just clicked an attacking move. Venoshock could not kill, and if it poisoned me, it wouldn't kill me with poison. So I should have done that, but instead, I just go straight into my Dottler, which means I switch this thing into a Toxic. I have the Pecha Berry in it, that's fine, but it now means that one more Toxic, and Dottler is poisoned. And Dottler being poisoned earlier is not as good as I'd like, and I believe poison types have 100% accuracy with Toxic in this game. So we are just going to click the Confusion here, try to get as much damage as possible. One note here, this is a speed tie. Dottler and Marini have an exact speed tie. It makes this whole interaction super wonky. If I outsped it or it outsped me, it'd be fine. But instead, this thing outspeeds me, or no, this thing is a speed tie, so it's a 50-50 every turn as to who goes first. So again, it makes it really, really wonky. We go for the Confusion, and it goes for the Toxic, which is not amazing. Would prefer to not be Toxic, but it is what it is. And now we got off a Confusion. We're hoping to get the Confusion hacks, but unfortunately, we're not going to get it. But we get a good chunk of damage off here. Now, the roll is in my favor to 3-hit KO this thing. But with Baneful Bunker, it means that it's going to get more healing back, and it also means that this poison damage is going to start racking up. So it goes for the Baneful Bunker, which I fully expected that turn. I just went for the Confusion, and it was fine. Now, here's how the AI works. Baneful Bunker has, I believe, a 50-50 shot of even being used a second time. It might even be lower than that. And then it also has a chance to not even work. So this is like a 15% chance here, and it got it. Meaning that I did not get any more damage off of this thing, and now Dottler is a bit low. And I'm now taking my 3rd round of Toxic. Now, I make a mistake here. I completely forget about Merciless. And Merciless makes it so it's guaranteed to crit me. I completely forget what it does in that moment, meaning it's guaranteed that I'm going to take a crit hit. I knew there was a likelihood where I would live there, but instead we get our first death in Dottler, and I was not happy. It was a mistake. I just simply forgot what Merciless did in the moment and thought, oh yeah, I should live a Venoshock plus 1 more round of poison damage unless I get a really unlucky roll. But instead, it gets the guaranteed crit, and there was literally no way that Dottler could have survived. And right now, I'm just like calcing. I'm trying to work out stuff, and I'm trying to work out what to do. At this point, all I can really do is just go out into my Surskit. Because Surskit has a Hidden Power Ground. This thing should be in range of Hidden Power Ground, and I outspeed. It could Baneful Bunker me, but even if it doesn't, Hidden Power Ground either kills, or it doesn't kill, but it goes for Toxic into me, And if it goes for Toxic, I have the Pecha Berry on this Surskit as well. And if it doesn't and it attacks, it actually puts me in perfect range to bait the Frillish. So it doesn't go for Protect, we go for the Hidden Power Ground, and this just kills. So Surskit gets a kill here, and that's really, really good. But at the same time, this now does not bait the Frillish. This will now bait the Whirlipede since we took no damage with this Surskit. And this is a little bit spooky because this is guaranteed to go for Rollout. However, we have a full health Tortuga with Smackdown, and Rollout does not do much. Whirlipede is not very strong, but if it gets going, it can be a little bit scary. So it actually goes for Pin Missile here. It was actually, I forgot about that. So it actually sees that it could have killed with Pin Missile, meaning it does not go for the Rollout. So I'm praying it's as few hits as possible. It only gets 3 of them. This is also Speed Boost, so it was going to outspeed everything on my team after 1 boost. We go for the Smackdown here. It's gonna go for the Rollout. It's guaranteed to go for Rollout since it sees no kills with anything. And you see this Rollout does 4 HP on the first one. It does very, very little damage, and Smackdown does just under half. One more Smackdown plus Aqua Jet guaranteed kills. And so as long as we don't get a very unlucky crit here, I don't believe even a crit could have put me in range of Rocky Helmet damage on my Tortuga, especially because we also had the Oran Berry. So the Oran Berry, I believe, guaranteed, even if I was on like 1 HP, I believe Oran Berry keeps us out of range of it. But we don't kill with the second Smackdown, which, again, I think it was maybe a roll not in my favor to kill, but 2 plus Aqua Jet were a guaranteed kill here. So we just go for the Aqua Jet. It's pretty good. And yeah, we go and pick up the kill. We get a crit, does not matter. And Rocky Helmet does, yeah, 7 HP. So Oran would have saved us no matter what. Crit couldn't have killed us, and Oran would have kept us out of range of it. So we're now at pretty good health now, which means that when I go into Grottle here, this is guaranteed to be a Shockwave, and I believe I'm checking that right now, which is why I'm taking a second to actually move to the next page. But because we have a near full health Grottle, this Frillish becomes so unbelievably easy to deal with. There's nothing it can do to me. And yeah, it's just really nice. I might have had a berry on it, but I can't remember what I had now. But either way, I just go straight into Grottle here. I absolutely tank a Shockwave. Even if it had gone for Hex, though, I tank that as well. But I believe this was guaranteed Shockwave because Tortuga was in, and that was the only thing it could see kill with. And obviously Growls is going to absolutely chew a non-stab Shockwave for something 2 levels below it. And now we just go for the Razor Leaf, I believe? Or do we go for Absorb? Oh yeah, we go for Absorb plus Razor Leaf because Cursed Body would be a bit annoying. So we go for the Absorb, we get all the way back up to full health. And even if this thing goes for Hex, it's nothing. It gets the Cursed Body, which is exactly why we went for the Razor Leaf plus the Absorb. It goes for Hex, which does a good amount of damage, but not nearly enough. And now we just click Razor Leaf and we pick up the kill. So we come out of it with our first death, but we make it out of the gauntlet with just the 1 death. And thankfully, Dottler is not that big of a death. Like, Dottler itself is not very good, and especially with how bad the one we got was. And Orbeetle as well is just not that great. Like, it has a couple things it's good for, but it's just not that good overall. So, yeah. It is what it is. And this is the moment where I realized I had no microphone. And so, yeah, I'm just going to cut to my commentary now. But yeah, this was the moment I realized that I did not have any microphone. Okay. I had a full explanation of everything, and y'all didn't hear any of it. Okay, well, this will be post-commed in the video. Oh no, if we come back empty-handed, we're in for it. God, that's so frustrating. So we lost Dottler. I was explaining in the live comm that the only planned sack in that battle was potentially Shellos, but most likely would not happen. Pretty much everything that could have gone right in that first fight went right, but that second fight just went horribly wrong. That Marini got so unbelievably lucky, and losing Dottler in that way is just... I was at 26 HP. I want to do a calc for you right now to explain how unlucky that was. I could be entirely wrong and I wasn't completely unlucky, but I'm fairly confident that that was entirely a crit to kill me with poison. So, Critical hit Venoshock did what it did. Take away the crit. Oh! So I completely forgot to actually calc Venoshock with Marini against Dottler. And I was completely unaware. I completely forgot that it had Merciless, meaning it actually had a guaranteed kill. It actually had a guaranteed kill on me, and I did not even realize because I didn't calc it. That's a mistake I cannot make. I thought the crit was unlucky. No, it was guaranteed, and I should have played around it. I could have played around it. Well, no, because I would have had to sack Shellos, because Shellos would have taken that same damage because it was poisoned from the Skrelt fight. Something would have had to die there with how I played that because of the Baneful Bunker. Because the Baneful Bunker got the double protect, I needed to have played that different. Like I said, I'll explain. You'll have already heard what happened because of the post-com. I'm only just now realizing at the time that you heard none of my audio. But I just completely forgot Merciless existed. And I didn't understand why. It was a guaranteed crit because of that. A mistake that I can't afford to make. I need to understand all the abilities of the Pokemon I'm facing. I get the Devon parts. That's cool. Alright. Alright. Okay, I got TN37, which is Swagger. That's cool. Alright. Time to put our first dead friend into the box. Into the dead box. Dottler, I'm so sorry. You did not deserve that. That was totally on me. I made a very bad play. Completely forgetting exactly what it was. That Merciless would do, and forgetting that you would be guaranteed crit there. I didn't calc it. I should have. It would have told me that it was a guaranteed crit, and I would have figured it out if I'd actually calced it, but I didn't, and I could have sacked someone else instead. I had a lot of Pokemon that had a lot of health there that actually potentially could have come in and been fine. Well, actually, maybe not, because Surskit couldn't come in then. It couldn't have, because then Surskit risked dying, and Surskit was way more important than you, no offense. But Shellos was less important than you in the short term. Either way, I'm very unfortunate that you had to die that way. With that said, it's time to reach the next level cap. And I have a couple fun things that I'm going to do here with that. So first of all, let's heal our Pokemon. I'm going to be using my first heart scale here to maximize a Pokemon's IVs. That Pokemon is going to be my Tyrogue, and I'm going to max out his attack. So Tyrogue's attack IV is only 12, and it is now 31. What this does is, first of all, it just makes my Tyrogue much stronger, but it also means I'm guaranteed to get Hitmonlee when it evolves, and it's time for it to evolve. So, Hitmonlee is a lot better than Hitmonchan, frankly. Hitmonchan was good, but Hitmonlee will be better, and it will now have a max attack IV. I've already kind of been planning a bit of what to do with Roxanne, and Hitmonlee is already written in pen on my Roxanne plan if I get to Roxanne, because it is probably the best lead if it has good enough speed to outspeed Bisharp. It just OHKOs Bisharp, And it's also one of the best counters to Lunatone. Yes, I would like to learn Double Kick. And we'll replace Tackle. We'll leave Helping Hand on the set for now for future double battle usage potential. And we'll get it to level 21 where he learns Focus Energy. We'll get rid of Foresight, but like that'll get replaced anyway by Low Kick when it reaches level 25. Because Low Kick on this thing with max attack actually 2-hit KOs Lunatone. And because Lunatone's best attack to use against this thing is Stored Power, it basically shuts Lunatone down if Lunatone has not gotten an Ancient Power boost. Alright. Now, poor Surskit is going to end 1 level shy of evolving. We are currently planning on using our rare candy on it because Masquerain is one of the best Pokemon to use against the entirety of Brawly's gym. And you need a rare candy to get it. And we will be getting our first rare candy after our next battle. The one thing is that if we get a Yamper on the next route, another one of the best Pokemon is Boltund, which also you need to use a rare candy for. So basically, one of the Pokemon will be amazing, and I'll need to choose. But that's only if I do get Yamper, and it's a good Yamper. And we're going to get Choodle up to level 21. Next level cap, we will get Dreadnought, which will be amazing for Roxanne, once again, if we get there. And we will be getting some more evolutions. Particularly one Eldegoss. And Eldegoss is phenomenal. And will be one of the more important Pokemon on Brawly, I'm sure, and will absolutely be one of the best Pokemon on Roxanne when we get there. And I'll be getting some better moves anyway, very soon on this thing. And I'd rather keep Round just for the idea that I can hit something that Grass resists with it. And we have our beautiful Eldegoss. And level 21 Eldegoss. So at the next level cap, Eldegoss gets Synthesis, which will make Synthesis just amazing for Roxanne, like I said. We do get Diggersby at level 20, so we actually have a ground type now, which I completely forgot we'd get this by now. Diggersby is not huge power, because we can't get huge power, so we won't have that, but... Ooh, Dig, okay. Alright, we now have a physical ground move. So I basically have to go into my Eldegoss, get a speed drop, then go into Seadra just to clear Smog. Which would work, because Seadra has good speed. I think it has 23 speed IB, even though it is a minus speed nature. But a lot of these Pokemon were Pokemon I literally could not use until they evolved, and now we finally have them. We have a Seadra who's good, we have a Diggersby who is okay. Still not amazing. We have a Hitmonlee now instead of a Tyrogue. And Eldegoss is just a lot better than Gossifleur. It was already good, but now it's a lot better. Alright. All of our Pokemon are leveled up. That's just going to end the stream there. I'm not going to do any more. I'm going to save this so I don't forget. Unfortunately, again, first death. But yeah, I'm just going to call it there. My wife, I'm hoping, is going to be awake now. But yeah, that'll do it. Have a wonderful day, everyone, or night, or whatever time it is for you there. And yeah, see ya.